Halloween has always been a holiday shaped by imagination. It is not only about what is seen, but about what is felt. The anticipation in the air, the transformation of spaces, and the way ordinary surroundings shift into something unfamiliar. DIY Halloween decorations are an extension of this spirit. They are about making, shaping, and reimagining. What makes them powerful is not perfection, but intention. They show effort, care, and creativity. They carry the imprint of the person who made them, whether through the arrangement of shapes, the layering of textures, or the crafting of atmosphere. Unlike something that is bought, these creations carry personality. They speak to individuality and the willingness to turn an idea into a tangible experience. DIY Halloween decor is also about participation. It is not passive. It requires thought, time, and involvement. That very involvement is what makes it meaningful. To make something by hand is to add personal energy into it, and that energy radiates back into the space it inhabits. Every decoration begins with atmosphere. Halloween, perhaps more than any other holiday, thrives on mood. It is about creating environments that feel different from everyday life, mysterious, playful, sometimes eerie, and always filled with anticipation. DIY decorations allow people to take control of this atmosphere directly. Instead of relying on pre-designed pieces, they let imagination determine the tone. It can be subtle and understated, with quiet touches that shift a room's feeling, or it can be bold and theatrical, with sweeping transformations that leave no corner untouched. What matters most is intention. The way materials are combined, the way spaces are layered, the way details come together, all of these choices guide how a space feels. DIY is about more than crafting objects. It's about orchestrating emotion. There is freedom in this process. A handmade environment does not need to imitate something else. It can be whimsical, mysterious, humorous, or dramatic, depending on what the creator wants it to be. Each version is valid because each one reflects a unique vision. In this way, DIY Halloween decor becomes less about objects and more about storytelling. Every handmade detail contributes to the larger narrative. Whether that story is lighthearted or haunting, the decorations become a language through which imagination is expressed. If you enjoyed these DIY Halloween decoration ideas, be sure to like this video and share it with friends who love getting crafty for spooky season. Halloween is inseparable from the dance of light and shadow. It is a season where darkness lengthens, where nightfall carries mystery, and where flickers of light change the way we see familiar places. DIY decoration thrives in this environment because it allows people to experiment with these natural contrasts. Light is not only illumination, it is atmosphere. The way it shines, glows, or fades alters perception. Shadows are not merely absences, they are shapes, movement, and suggestion. Together, they create mood. DIY decorations make use of this interplay not through expensive equipment, but through arrangement, layering, and placement. A small shift in brightness can change an entire setting. A play of shadows can make ordinary walls feel alive. The contrast between glow and dark becomes part of the design itself. By working with what is already present, DIY decorators learn that light is not just a tool. It is a medium, like paint on canvas. This experimentation often leads to discovery. People realize how much atmosphere can be created through subtle choices. It shows that decoration is not always about what is added, but about how existing elements are shaped. It is about perspective, creativity, and awareness of how space responds to light. In the end, the power of DIY Halloween lighting is not in replicating professional displays, but in the intimacy of handmade choices. Each flicker, each shadow becomes part of a mood that is personal, authentic, and deeply tied to the season. Which DIY idea was your favorite, or do you have one of your own to share? Drop it in the comments below. While Halloween decorations can transform the inside of a home, they often extend outward, reaching porches, yards, and pathways. Outdoor spaces have their own magic during this season. The cool air, the early twilight, and the natural backdrop create a stage waiting to be shaped. DIY decorations give life to this stage, turning the ordinary into something enchanted. The process is not about covering every surface, but about guiding experience. A pathway might feel more inviting or mysterious with thoughtful touches. A porch might shift in tone with just a few creative arrangements. Even the smallest adjustments can alter how a space feels and how people move through it. Outdoor DIY decor also has the advantage of scale. It interacts with the openness of the night sky, with the quietness of evening air, with the rhythms of nature. It creates atmospheres that are shared not only with those who live in the home, but also with passers-by. A decorated exterior becomes a gesture to the community, a way of sharing the spirit of the season. This transformation is not about cost or complexity. It is about vision. A yard or entrance does not need to look like anyone else's. It simply needs to reflect the feeling the creator wants to share. Whether that feeling is eerie, whimsical, or celebratory, DIY outdoor decorations allow it to take form. In this way, the outdoors becomes an extension of imagination. The front of a home becomes more than an entrance. It becomes a threshold into a seasonal experience. For more budget-friendly and creative Halloween ideas, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for our next spooky project. DIY Halloween decorations embody the essence of the season. They are not about perfection, nor about following a predetermined design. They are about imagination brought to life, about turning simple ideas into transformative experiences. More than objects, they are experiences in themselves. They create mood, atmosphere, and story. They connect people to the act of making, reminding us that creativity is not something to purchase, but something to practice. Each handmade piece is a reflection of thought, care, and the joy of participation. The beauty of DIY Halloween decor lies in its flexibility. It can be subtle or dramatic, humorous or mysterious, playful or eerie. It adapts to the vision of the person creating it, and because of that, it always feels personal. It turns everyday surroundings into something enchanted, reshaping not just how a place looks, but how it feels. What lingers most, however, is not the decoration itself, but the process. The time spent imagining, creating, and sharing. The small imperfections that carry character. The knowledge that something was shaped by hand and spirit. In the end, DIY Halloween decor reminds us that Halloween is not only about spectacle, it is about creativity, transformation, and connection. It shows us that magic is not only found in what we see, but in what we create. And that is why these handmade decorations remain timeless, because they carry not only the spirit of the season, but also the spirit of the people who bring them to life.